Let's use the single zone model to demonstrate the energy modeling process. Check the system unit first. The default unit for my Rhino is meters. If yours is not in meters, right-click on the unit and select Settings. Then change it to meters and click OK. The default unit for Rhino is often set to millimeters, and this will cause Climate Studio to fail to run the simulation. I also checked Grid Snap to facilitate the modeling process. Let's create a box with the dimensions of 30 meters by 20 meters by 4 meters. Click on the Thermal Model button to launch the energy simulation function. Let's follow the 7 steps of the energy modeling process. First, select the weather file for your project location. I'll stay with Des Moines. Select the box we just created, click on the third tab, and create a thermal zone from the box. A window pops up for us to set zone properties. I'll keep the name of the zone as is. Select the building type. This gives you templates for space usage. For example, if I set my building type to office, I can set the space used to office, conference, break rooms, etc. If I set my building type to education, I can set the space used to lecture hall, auditorium, laboratory, etc. What you can notice is that the default settings for the zones are based on the space used. For this example, I'll set the building type to office and space used to office. The thermal properties of the building envelope follows the template, which is determined by the project location. Since I set the project site to Des Moines, it uses the Climate Zone 5 template. You can customize the settings, but we will leave them to the default values for now. You can create windows by using the window-to-wall ratio. By default, it is set to 40% uniformly for all 4 sides. You can set window-to-wall ratio differently for the facades facing different orientations. We will use the default setting of 0.4 uniformly for now. Let's click OK to create a thermal zone. Now you can see that I have a thermal zone here. You can show or hide the zone. You can edit the thermal properties of the zone. You can delete the zone if you want. You can change other properties such as a window-to-wall ratio, construction, and mechanical system. Let's click on this triangle to unfold the zone elements. You can see that I have 4 exterior facades. Each of them has a window. The zone has an exterior floor and a roof. Let's keep the default settings and run the energy simulation by clicking on this Start Simulation button. Climate Studio launches Energy Plus. It should take only a few seconds since it is a very simple energy model. Once it is finished, you can see that the simulation result panel pops up. If not, you can click on this button here. The site UI of our building is 384, which is much higher than the baseline of 284. In the later videos, we'll diagnose the simulation results and optimize the settings.